Good evening, John Augustine back again. Let's talk. How did you get on today? The drizzle eased off and one was able to go about. And I went about and proceeded, as my uncle Garda used to say, he proceeded. So I proceeded to the barber's that I always go to. There's a lad there and he's a good yapper, and I'm a bit of a yapper. And then he had a lady there, and he was cutting a young chap's hair. And so I took off my coat, my jacket, and went in the way I am now. And the lady put me in the chair and that, and we had a good chat because I talk away. And she did a good job on the hair, cut the eyebrows because they come down. They'd be down near me nose if I didn't get them. And when I get my hair cut, get them trimmed. And the light boys in the ear, so she did a good job and we had a good chat. And she lived in Dalkey. She has two children, one different ages. Two boys, I think. You'd like a girl, wouldn't you? Because they can go shopping with you, share your same ideas. You're a mother, and there you are. So, anyways, we can't always have our cake and eat it, and everything going hunky dory. Life doesn't go like that, sure it doesn't. So, we had a good chat, yep, yep, yep. And the lad that was cutting the other fella's hair was joining in because I was talking about. She was talking about things when she was young, and I said yes. We were always outdoors. I don't ever remember to be calling you to come in. It's starting to rain, because drizzle. So in you'd have to go, and it'd be at the window looking out and say, "There's nothing happening to the puddles." We had a habit of jumping into the puddles. And when we were young, we used to play with the young ones and hopscotch and all the rest of it. And then throwing things to try and get somewhere. And then we used to have little plays up in Andrew Hugh's house near what I call Hayden's Field in Hope. And we'd be in there, and I don't know what sort of a makeshift thing we had by way of a curtain. It wouldn't be a curtain in the sense of the word. We might have had it on hooks or something. And then we come out and say, there's odd pay coming in, kind of thing. And there might be tubes coming out. So we'd say, well, we'd have a story to tell or something about whatever was going on at the school. The teacher, yeah, I had to put my hand out because I didn't know the answer to a question. You usually got a bit. That doesn't happen now. They can say what they like. But in our time, there was a different story. There was a strong discipline. So there was no trouble. Teachers were in charge. But some lads suffering from what I call anxiety neurosis, psychosis. It was a doctor, whatever's wrong with me. He took a one man business of banning any kind of discipline. And a fella that was in Fine Gael named of Boland, he was in Scary Spirit. He wanted to see air didn't sharpen his brain, but if he didn't go along with this, so from the point of view of discipline, it went from some discipline, maybe overdone, to zero. And with the result that students lost all respect for teachers. And they suffer greatly and suffer from um, problems being teachers. And so now there's a shortage, both in secondary and primary, and I'm not surprised. The crowd that brought that in, when you think they'd re-examine the business of discipline, and that children that's in secondary school should avoid any type of abuse hurled at teachers. And mind you, there's some some serious stuff, and they should be expelled. You'd be expelled for far less years ago when I was in secondary school and in boarding school. And if you hit somebody with a bit of bread that you got, you'd knock them out. It was as hard as a bullet. But that was then, I must say, I was as skinny as anything you could. It was like thinness, because you didn't have enough food. And the meat would be something there. If you hit somebody with whatever it was, you'd knock them out too, as hard as bullets. And the potatoes as well. So it wasn't exactly the Gresham Hotel or the Ritz Hotel or whatever you like. Anyways, so you're often riding home for butter, so as you could butter the bread. And I used to write to my aunts and ask and tell them I hope they were well and all the rest of it. And would they pay a visit and maybe bring a cake? Maybe two. They used to come. They were great. And to be in the sitting room, and superior would say, your two aunts in the sitting room, top, sit talking. And the next thing is a little bag with these. That was happiness. Funny in this, that was happiness to have something pleasant to eat when you were literally starving. So these are the things that we come across. But today, as the fellow says, it wasn't a day for walking. Although people walk, no matter what way it is, they seem to want to get out wherever they happen to be living. I never suffer from that neurosis, psychosis. I like to take it handy. And if the sun is shining, perhaps I'd like to sit out and put my deck chair out and get a bit of vitamin D. It's a scarce commodity. When I was getting my hair cut today, I said, no, I'm going out. And there was a drizzle. I said, I'm going out to get a suntan. So I don't know which of them helped me on with the jacket now. Not that I needed help, but. And I said, it reminds me when you're in a drapery shop, they're fitting you for a suit and they're patting you here, there. Oh, that's lovely. That suits you down to the ground. Have a look. No, you won't call the queen your aunt. No, with that, well, we don't have any queens here. We don't want them either. Uh, except the queen of your heart, our blessed mother. Now, so there you are. So I got the hair cut, the eyebrows trimmed, and something over the ears, because hair grows sometimes. I often see fellas at concerts that I see on YouTube, and they're young enough and baldy. It looks like what I call a moonscape. See all these baldy heads. Now the ladies don't seem to go bald like that, and they're togged out. But here's this baldy lad sitting me, and he mightn't be that old. But I'm fortunate I still have hair. And now I have a nice little cut so everything is hunky dory. So I hope you keep well and look after yourselves and say your prayers with the Catholic faith, that great gift, the way, the truth, and the life, Holy Mass, Sacramental Confession. It's scarce, mind you. You have to travel, I have to travel. Carmelites off Grafton Street. Yeah, the Mass there, the confession's there in the confession box from 11 to 1, and then in the evening, about 11 to 1 suits yours truly. Up we go there. So keep well, and I'll be doing Blessed Mother after this. I could yap for a wet week, but there's only so much you can take in, isn't that right? And I hope whoever you are, men especially, that you have a bit of touch on top, and that you can get a haircut that is actually not you're trying to move a few strands here and there. I see that with some of them. Bye now, and I do a Blessed Mother now, evening prayer.